in my first area, I was with my trainer. And the Spanish schedule is actually a little bit different. They stay out really late and then they sleep in. And so there we would wake up around 7:30, and then we were in the house till about 11 or 11:30 in the morning. And you do your studies, but just at a different time. And one morning we were sitting in our apartment, and we were all dressed up except for I had my house slippers on. And we were sitting there, I think we're doing personal study, and I don't really remember why. But I saw a trash bag, and I remember looking at it, and then I just kept reading my scriptures, and then it just started really bothering me that we had this trash bag in our house. And I was like, Elder, we need to take the trash out. He's like, we're studying. I was like, Elder, we need to take it out right now. It's bothering me. And so I was a really big elder, and I was all dressed up, and then I just had my slippers on. We go down the elevator, and we take the trash outside, and there they just have really big public containers that are just out on the street. And so I flipped the lid open. I remember looking over at this lady, and she looked at me, and I didn't really think about it. Threw the trash in, and I started walking back down the street towards our apartment, and she was in front of me, and she kept looking over at her shoulder. I was like, okay. And I was like, hey, we're missionaries, and she was reading my name tag, and she was like, are you guys the Mormons? I was like, yeah, that's us. And she was like, my mom, she was a Mormon. She's like, but I was never convinced. And I was like, well, maybe, we could get together sometime. And she's like, well, she was actually born and raised in Peru, and then she had moved to Japan. And she had come in contact with the missionaries in Japan. And she just never got baptized there either. She just didn't. She lived there for 7 years. She had a Book of Mormon. And she's like, well, I just recently moved here to Spain, and I've been going through a lot of hard times. And she was like, and I've kind of been reading the Book of Mormon. And she's like, and I've liked it a lot. And we ended up setting up a time to meet with her. And the first time we met with her, she already had a testimony of everything. She had gone through so much trial in her different, between Peru and Japan, and then moving over to Spain. And she was kind of homeless at the time. She was trying to find somewhere to live and to settle into Spain. And she had gone through so many problems, and she had found so much comfort in the Book of Mormon and the different things that her mother had taught her, that she was already really convinced of it all. And within a month, she was ready, and she actually was baptized. And that was a miracle for us for a lot of reasons. It's not impossible to have baptisms in Spain, and everyone can expect to have them, because you will, but it's not a place where you can just have them easily like that. And that was a miracle to me for so many reasons. And the first place was just why we found her. I started getting annoyed at a trash bag, and before you knew it, we found someone who was just golden and ready to be baptized. And just how prepared she was. And she did it on her own, in all honesty. She found her own testimony, and just because she was willing to do her part when she most needed it. And that was a great experience for me to see her go through that process, and to see the different ways that the Lord would make sure we were always in the right spot at the right time.